Alexandra and welcome back to my channel. So today, as it is almost December, I was thinking of just talking about a challenge I'd like to do. And at first I was like, oh, maybe I could do 23 books I want to read in 2023. And then I realized 23 books is a lot, especially since I wanted to only pick up some books I have on my physical TBR. So I haven't picked up 23 books, but I have picked up quite a lot, and most of them are really big books, so it should be interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about them a bit and we'll see how it goes. So first one is a book in French. It's called Les Désorientés. It's by Malouf. It has not been translated yet. Some of his works have been translated. He's I think he's a Lebanese French writer, so he lives in France. He writes in French, but he's from Lebanon. I think he moved away in the Civil War, probably. And yeah, I just love his writing. I think he's really great. And this is the last book I bought by him, so I really want to give it a go. And I know it looks really big. It's 500 pages, but it's written pretty big. So it should be a fast read. But yeah, first one, over 500 pages. I have no idea what it is about, and since it has not been translated, I'm not gonna read it and translate it right here. So, but yeah, if you're interested, Amin Malouf has other works that have been translated. Then I only picked one classic for next year, which is the Book of Negros. I've been meaning to read this for a while. I don't know why I haven't, but yeah, I'll read the blurb. It says, when Aminata Diallo sits down to pen the story of her life in London, England, at the dawn of the 19th century, she has a wealth of experience behind her. Abducted at the age of 11 from her village in West Africa and forced to walk for months to the sea, Aminata is sent to live as a slave in South Carolina. Years later, she forges her way to freedom and registers her name in the Book of Negros, a historic ledger allowing 3,000 black loyalists passage on ships sailing from Manhattan to Nova Scotia. This spellbinding epic transports the reader from an African village to a plantation in the southern United States, from a sword refugee in Nova Scotia to the coast of Sierra Leone, and a back to Africa odyssey of 1,200 former slaves. So it is a Canadian classic, which is great. I don't read a lot of them, and yeah, I want to see if it's worth it or not. And it's also a thick book, so over 600 pages. And yeah, but I'm excited. If you don't know, I try to read one classic a month. Usually I pick smaller classic because this is big, but I'm gonna get around to this one next year. I'm already excited to read that one. Then if we follow into the Arab literature, post-colonial, I want to read The Sirens of Baghdad by Yasmina Khadra. Yasmina Khadra is actually a man. He writes under the name of his wives. I have read the first book in this trilogy. It was really good, so I am stoked to read this one. I've already read the blurb not too long ago, so I'm not gonna go over it again. But yeah, it should be a fun, not a fun read, but a nice read. I know it's gonna probably make me want to cry, which is okay. I haven't read a lot of book lately where I was like, I'm gonna cry, so it should be also, I think it's gonna be a 5 stars. We'll have to see, but yeah. And then I've talked about her a lot recently, Kristen Hanna. I just love her, and last month I found 3 of her backlist books. So I want to read them in 2023. They should be fast read. I know I'm gonna enjoy them. Chances are they're gonna be 5 stars or at least 4 stars. So yeah, the first one is If You Believe. It says Maria Throckmorton was hiding from a past filled with scandal. Mad Dog Stone was a drifter looking for a few days' work. He walked into her life, threatening Maria's peace of mind and stirring emotions she tried to hide. Their love was born against all odds, difficult to count on, impossible to hold. Together they would learn the bittersweet truth that love only exists if you believe. So, a romance book. Then we have When Lightning Strikes. It says, romance writer Elena Costanza is giving up on dreams and fairy tales. Then one stormy night, she is suddenly plunged back in time to the wild western world of her newest novel. Disoriented and disbelieving, she is kidnapped by her own character, a ruthless outlaw known as Killian. But this dream is all too real. Once wisecracking and invincible, Elena is now a mother desperate to return to the child she left behind, 100 years in the future. Yet Elena and Killian will discover a love too magnificent to last a single lifetime. But for the sake of Elena's child, they must create it all and fight for a future that depends on lightning striking twice. I was holding the book and then I realized someone put their grocery list. It's kind of funny. I'll leave it there. It's always nice to find some papers. So yeah, going back in time, this is not Kristen Hanna usual style, but it should be good. And then last one, we have Once in Every Life. It says, Tess Gregory is a woman who has been given a miraculous second chance at life. Jack is a man who abandoned hope long ago. Imprisoned by savage memories, he believes he has nothing to offer anyone, especially a woman like Tess, who dares to ask for the impossible, is love. What I'm gonna say though is that our recent works, so like The Great Alone, we have The Nightingale, these are like historical fiction. They don't really focus on the romance. There's romance in it, but not that much. But our older work, so like for example those 3 books, or I have another couple of them, they're more romance novels. So maybe if you love Kristen Hanna or newer works, maybe you're not gonna enjoy her backlist because they're too romancy, but I love romance, so it should be fine. And then we have Assassin's Apprentice from Robin Hobb. I think this is really popular and I have never read it, so I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it, to be honest. I'm not expecting much, but I'll read the blurb if you don't know what this is about. Young Fitz is the bastard son of the noble Prince Chivalry, raised in the shadow of the royal court by his father's gruff stableman. He is treated as an outcast by all the royalty except the devious King Shrewd, who has him secretly tutored in the arts of the assassin. For in Fitz's blood runs the magic skill and the darker knowledge of a child raised with the stable hounds and rejected by his family. As barbarous raiders ravage the coast, Fitz is growing to manhood. Soon he will face his first dangerous soul-shattering mission, and though some regard him as a threat to the throne, he may just be the key to the survival of the kingdom. I think this is a fantasy, maybe? We'll see. I have no idea. Then we have The Martian by Andy Weir. Again, I have seen the movie. I didn't realize before it was a book. So we'll see how it goes. And I'm trying to see if there's a blurb, but I mean, it says, I'm stranded on Mars. I have no way to communicate with Earth. If the oxygenator breaks down, I'll suffocate. If the water reclaimer breaks down, I'll die of thirst. If the habitat breaches, I'll just kind of explode. If none of these things happen, I'll eventually run out of food and starve to death. I'm screwed. I've heard this is kind of funny, so we'll see how it goes. I don't have a lot of expectations. I haven't seen a lot of people that have read this book. I mean, a lot of people have seen the movie. So we'll see how it goes, and I'm hoping that it's still a bit different from the movie, because it's kind of annoying to read a book that you've seen the movie and it's exactly the same story. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's gonna be a fast read. I'm not expecting it to be a 5 stars, so that's that. And then we have 2 other books that are part of series. So we have City of Lost Souls by Cassandra Clare. I have read the 4 books in the series. Now I'm on to book 5. As much as I loved reading the first few books, I got kind of like bored by the story, so I took a break, but I want to keep going next year. I'll read the blurb. So it says the demon Lilith has been destroyed and Jace free from captivity. But when the shadow hunters arrive, they find only blood and broken glass. Not only is the boy Clary loves missing, so is the boy she hates, her brother Sebastian, who is determined to bring the shadow hunters to their knees. The Clave's magic cannot locate either boy, but Jace can stay away from Clary. When they meet again, Clary discovers the horror Lilith's magic has wrought. Jace and Sebastian are now bound to each other, and Jace has become a servant of evil. The Clave is determined to destroy Sebastian, but there is no way to harm one boy without destroying the other. Only a few people believe that Jace can still be saved. Together, Alec, Manius, Simon, and Isabel bargain with the sinister Seelie Queen, contemplate deals with demons, and turn at last to the merciless weapon-making Iron Sister, who might be able to forge a weapon that can sever the bond between Sebastian and Jace. If the Iron Sisters can help, their only hope is to challenge heaven and hell, a risk that could claim their lives. And they must do it without Clary, for Clary is playing a dangerous game utterly alone. The price of losing it is not just her own life, but Jace's soul. She's willing to do anything for Jace, but can she still trust him, or is he truly lost? What price is too high to pay, even for love? So we'll see how it goes. It's young adult fantasy. It's not for everyone. I know some people are like bored by it and whatever, but I started as a teenager. I started that series as a teenager. I've reread the first book because I forgot, and yeah, so I'm on book 5. And I have another book by Cassandra Clare that I want to read. It's Lady Midnight. This is the first book in the Dark Artifices, if I'm pronouncing that right. I got it at the used bookstore, by the way, as I did with this one. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bought it because it's $33 for one book. But yeah, I have no idea. Like I don't know what this series is about. It still says it's a Shadow Hunters novel, so I'm guessing it's in the same world as the other series I'm reading. But yeah, let's read the blurb. In a kingdom by the sea, in a secret world where half-angel warriors are sworn to fight demons, Parabatai is a sacred word. A Parabatai is your partner in battle. A Parabatai is your best friend. Parabatai can be everything to each other, but they can never fall in love. Emma Carstairs is a warrior, a shadow hunter, and the best in her generation. She lives for battle. Shoulder to shoulder with her Parabatai, Julian Blackthorne, she patrols the street of Los Angeles where vampires party on the Sunset Strip and fairies, the most powerful or supernatural creatures, teeter on the edge of open war with shadow hunters. When the bodies of humans and fairies turn up murdered in the same way Emma's parents were when she was a child, an uneasy alliance is formed. This is Emma's chance for revenge, and Julian's chance to get back his brother Mark, who is being held prisoner by the fairy courts. All Emma, Mark, and Julian have to do is solve the murders within 2 weeks, and before the murderer targets them. Their search takes Emma from sea caves full of sorcery to a dark lottery where death is dispensed, and each clue she unravels uncovers more secret. What has Julian been hiding from her all of these years? Why does Shadowhunter law forbid Parabatai to fall in love? Who really killed her parents? And can she bear to know the truth? If you have read this, is it better than the other series? So, The Mortal Instrument? Which one is better? I don't know if people have read both of them, but if you have, just please tell me so I know what to expect. And then the last 2 books are books I was hoping to read in 2022, and it did not happen. Not because I didn't want to, it's just all the books I'm reading are from my TBR jar, and I haven't picked those two. So first one is the third book in the Stormlight Archive. I have started this series this year, and I've read the first two books. This one is Oathbringer. I preferred the first book. The second book was okay, but not really up to my taste. So I don't know what I'm gonna think about this one. I'm a little bit stressed to be reading it. Maybe that's why I haven't read it yet. Yeah, I don't know. The blurb says, a new storm has come. Ash and red lightning sweep the land, awakening our ancient enemies. The unmade shadows of the enemy's soul stir while the eyes of men open. This war is not and never was what they thought it to be. We may soon hold surges again, for radiance has returned to some and shines toward others. The captain, broken by loss, seeks reconciliation. The spy, broken by cruelty, seeks completion. The stonewalker, broken by oaths, seeks truth. The traitor, broken by ambition, seeks freedom. And finally, the king, broken by war, he seeks the past, that which was abandoned, that which he must not know. For those secrets will crush him as they did the knights who came before. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure. And again, by Brandon Sanderson, I want to read Mistborn. I was planning to read the trilogy. So this one, there's The Well of Ascension and The Hero of Ages. I haven't had time, so I want to read the first one to see if I enjoy this series. I really love Brandon Sanderson's writing, so I don't see why this should be an issue. It should be a fun read. And the blurb says, the mist ruled the night, the Lord Ruler owns the world. Once a hero arose to save the world, he failed. Ever since, the world has been a wasteland of ash and mist, controlled by the immortal emperor known as the Lord Ruler. But hope survives. A new uprising is forming, one built around the ultimate caper, the cunning of a brilliant criminal mastermind, and the determination of an unlikely heroine, a street urchin who must learn to master the power of a Mistborn. So we'll see how this goes, and this was the last book I want to read in 2023. So that makes it to 12 books I want to read in 2023, but they are thick books, so it's a lot. We'll see how it goes, but I am excited to get some reading done next year. And yeah, so thank you for watching this video. Sorry for my voice, I'm still sick, it's annoying, and I'm trying to film some videos early because I'm gonna be really busy the next month. So yeah, but thank you, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye!